Yo guys, what's up? What's good? How you guys doing? Welcome again to another exciting segment of Gospel Life News. Obviously news obviously is buzzing. I think that was like my line when I said news is buzzing, but indeed it is buzzing. And my name is Daki. You can spell it as Darki, and then you know it's double E. And I'm saying welcome again to the most amazing segment of the news. We want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you guys do. We love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste for what you guys have been doing. We love you guys so much. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your consistency. It means a lot for us, and we're very, very grateful. Thank you for the love you've shown us. You guys have shown, regardless, that you love us. We see your comments, we see your like, we see everything you guys have said. Some comment might not look like his, but really, really, I think it's from a place of love, and then we also see it that way. We say thank you for all of that. On the news today, we have Davido on the news to begin with his success at the O2 Arena. We also have OdumoduBlvck also making the news today with some revelations. He has spoken regarding his forthcoming EP. We have BurnaBoy with obviously major statements he has done and his numbers for the song Last Last. At the same time, we have Kiss Daniel for his major achievement. And then finally, we have Rema, who is doing exploits on the UK chart. If I were you, I would not want to leave this place because all of these guys are my fave. But then let me see, or let me tell you guys what they've been doing. We'll begin with Davido. We saw just before the Super Eagles of Nigeria played the Cameroon, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. We saw where Davido came out on his Twitter to support them, where he said, Super Eagles, let's get it. And obviously, it looked as though they listened to him and they obviously convincingly dispatched the Cameroonians with 2 goals to 0. Goals coming in from Ademola Lookman, both goals. And Osimhen actually made an assist for one. He ran almost ran throughout the game. And then after the match, we saw where the CAF committee have invited him for doping tests to make sure he was not on drugs over the match. Just coming in, we saw Super Eagles at Cote d'Ivoire where they were waiting for the match to be played, and then they were treating all the fans present there, both Cameroonian fans and Nigerian fans, and every lover of football who came out to saw that beautiful game. We saw where they were treated with Davido unavailable, and everyone was dancing, regardless of their trace, regardless of what the match looked like or the outcome of the game. Everybody was seen dancing. I think for a fact the round leather game is a unifier. It's one that brings everyone together. Your race, your tribe. In football, does not matter. All we want to see is the round leather game living a player's leg to another player's leg and maybe enter the post. And we saw all of them vibing. So Davido's not available, and that's a big major push, obviously, for Davido. We saw for Davido, we saw the remix he had with Kiss Daniel on the song Twitter remix. Is currently charting on number one in Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Benin Republic, and these are amazing space for him. African countries currently charting at number one on this space. Kiss Daniel is really is harnessing all he can get from this song. Is making sure he's milking it and is leaving nothing to chance. And moving on, we saw Angelique Kidjo, Mama herself, post on her page where she said, Timeless, singing with Davido at the sold out O2 Arena in London yesterday. And for Mama, this is just amazing to see that she is working with the youngins and these are children and she's working with them and making timeless music with them. Davido is one of those guys who actually love this woman, and we saw their chemistry on stage yesterday. Mama was energetic. You could almost not know that she was that old. We saw her energy was top notch, was matching. She danced, gave us dance steps, and her song she came performed. A lot of people did not know what she was singing, but obviously her energy was so contagious that you would dance to what you don't even know she's doing. And moving on, we saw after Davido's line on the Twitter remix where he said Isakaba, and I began his verse with that line. We saw where the legendary movie at the time, the Sakaba movie that was made in 2001, blockbuster movie at the time with cast like Sam Dede and the like. We saw where they actually coming out with the Sakaba returns. They said to do like a party to the movie, and obviously all of this were birthed after Davido began the line with Isakaba, and I was sure that we're going to get a reloaded or a return of Isakaba any moment from now. They've announced, obviously, cast have been announced. Chidi Mokeme has joined the cast, Fina of people as the cast, and Sam Dede obviously returning as cast. Moving on, we saw Davido coming out to speak about the concert in London yesterday. He said last night London magical. I love the UK. He had a love emoji with the UK space, so it just means Davido loved the space, and indeed it was magical last night. Still on Davido, we saw just after that amazing performance, as at yesterday, Davido was 97, talking about the Timeless project in the UK and the Apple Music Top Album chart. It was at 97, but after the day and people waking up to the numbers and music, the album has grown up to number 50 in the UK. And moving on, we saw Manchester United right back talking about Aaron Wan-Bissaka and was present at Davido's sold out O2 Arena with those guys. And this is one of the biggest right backs in the world, playing amazing football for Manchester United. And I was saw him present to witness Davido doing greatness at the O2 Arena. And moving on away from Davido, we have OdumoduBlvck. We saw where he came out to say his project, the new EP is coming through on February, the one he called No Love, Small Light. He's saying, I want to shed light on the incoming atrocities where I want to commit for this world music industry as per industry machine where I be. So he's saying this EP coming out is one that will spotlight his intentions on his atrocities he intends to bring upon the industry. The fact that he is the industry machine, calls himself that. We saw for the top 10 album on Nigeria Spotify, we have Ezioku as number one, OdumoduBlvck. We have Presidola Pluto with Charlie Poppy. We have Walk About the Shake, I Told Them, BurnaBoy, Timeless, Davido, Sincerely Benson, Benson, American Dream, and Boy Alone, Omale as number 8. Still on OdumoduBlvck, we saw where a Twitter user came out to disclose the fee OdumoduBlvck charges for a song. He said, the friend of mine wants Odumodu to perform at a wedding, and guess how much she was told? 25 million, laugh, MAO. So she's saying OdumoduBlvck charges the sum of 25 million just to appear at the wedding. And I think it's quite fair of a price because he's worked his way to charge that high at event, and it's gonna be unfair to say he deserves lower than that. Talking about the top 10 most streamed songs on Spotify Nigeria for last week, 1925th, we have Chike Ego as number 1, Charlie Poppy Cast as number 2, Kiss Daniel Church as number 3, Whiskey IDK as number 4, Ashake Only Me as number 5, Sheyi Vibe Different Pattern number 6, OdumoduBlvck Blood on the Dance Floor number 7, OdumoduBlvck Woto Woto Seasoning number 8, Omale number 9 with Holy Ghost, and then Beat by Stars Happiness is number 10. On this list, OdumoduBlvck has about 3 songs. He's been on 2 of his songs, and then Cast, where it was featured with Charlie Poppy. Away from OdumoduBlvck with his amazing doings, we'll move on to BurnaBoy. Obviously, great guy, doing good for himself. So, BurnaBoy last, I've just surpassed 370 million streams on Spotify. The song was released about 2 years ago, and the numbers are insanely crazy. He has done massive numbers with this one. A song that ought to be a breakup song became a global anthem in the UK and obviously all over the world. We saw on his Snapchat, BurnaBoy had this to say, I don't know who designed this for him, but trust me, this was indeed creative and a work of art from BurnaBoy. He said, through life, my decision has been to leave an impact for eternity through my music. I went solo on a spaceship, found my redemption, then came outside to show them who the African giant is. There were trials, but I came out standing twice as tall. My message to you is love Damini, and remember I told them. If you observe, BurnaBoy on this note highlighted all the projects he has been on, from life, that's living an impact for eternity, then moving on to on the spaceship, moving on to redemption, then outside, then African giants, then treasure store, then love them many, then I told them. Basically, this is about 4, 5, 6, about 8 projects BurnaBoy has been on, and he has just been on a long ride. And so far, BurnaBoy has had an amazing journey so far in the Afrobeat space. Away from that, we saw Kiss Daniel with the song Necessary with few cues. I've just surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify, and for Kiss Daniel, that is his first song to surpass 100 million streams. Now, a lot of people want to ask themselves why, right? Now, it makes sense now, but we know he had a global song at the time called Buga, and even with the song Buga, he had not surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify. But then, Necessary was the first song that would have made Kiss Daniel surpass 100 million streams on Spotify. To all artists who have done those feats, now you can see the hard work they've put in, and now you can tell them congratulations even better. We saw Alicia coming out to give insight on what Twe song is doing for Afrobeat, and then he's saying a lot of persons don't give credit to Chris Daniel enough. They don't give him his flowers enough because what he did on Twe was core Afrobeat. A lot of persons, he said, a lot of persons are focused to doing Afro fusion, Afro beats with the airs, Afros, R&B, Afro hip hop, just to make it appealing to the international audience. But then Chris Daniel created a song that is appealing just to Afrobeat, and one that really is almost impossible to replicate. And it's just too much of a man, and we have to give him his flowers for that amazing job he did on Twe. Still on Chris Daniel, we saw over the weekend where he was playing bodyguard to his own bodyguard. And trust me, Chris Daniel had one of the biggest bodyguards in Afrobeat space, the biggest bodyguard. And then we saw where they were going for an event, and then he was the one playing the bodyguard role for his bodyguard on a joke level. And it's amazing to see that. As a matter of fact, him and his bodyguard have good relationship with each other. They go everywhere, they've been to everywhere together. And these are what we love to see in the Afrobeat space. Not oppression, not intimidation, but love in the Afrobeat space. Moving down to Rema, we saw Rema Bobalu have just surpassed 90 million streams on Spotify. And like that is not enough. We saw Rema Calm Down and Rema Rose's album have both spent 95 and 94th week respectively on the France official chart slip. Amazing one for him. For Calm Down, that spent 95 weeks, and then for Rema Roses, the album has spent 94th week on the France official charts. Still on Rema, we saw Rema Ravi JP have just spent 3 months on the UK Apple Music charts. I'm talking about the Ravi JP spending 3 months in the UK. It's an amazing one. Now, observe this. For last year, towards this period, Rema was buzzing, taking the shines, taking the numbers, doing everything. This year, Davido is beginning the year with some amazing numbers. BurnaBoy is not left out. What this tells you the fact that no competition, no zoning, but then everybody is winning individually. My name is Daki. I'll catch you guys on the very next one.